Hello, my dear children. Welcome to today's class. So, what are we learning today? Today, we will be learning about our senses. So, what are our senses? What are our sense organs? How each sense organ help us to detect our environment, our surrounding. That is all we are going to do in this chapter. So, we have been learning in the past years that we have five sense organs. Yes. So, what are the five sense organs? Let's just revise those: ears, eyes, nose, tongue, skin. Ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. All of us can feel the presence of a world of people and things around us. So we all come to know that what kind of surroundings are we sitting in, whether the surrounding is clean, whether the surrounding is unclean, whether it is noisy, whether it is stinky. We come to know that. Our five sense organs like eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin help us to feel and sense things around us. So we can say that our sense organs are the windows to the outside world. Our senses protect us by giving warnings of dangers in our surroundings. So we come to know that if there is any danger in the surroundings, our sense organs actually warn us. If there are any germs, if we can smell it, then it warns us. So similarly, if there is any hot surface, it warns us. So our sense organs warn us of any dangers that are there in the surroundings. Our senses are closely linked with our brain. How? There is a sensory nerve. So there is one nerve which goes from our sense organs to the brain, and as we sense anything, our sense organs sense anything from our surroundings, immediate messages being sent to our brain, and our brain reacts accordingly. They send messages to the brain which tells us what to do. This helps us to behave differently in different situations. So let's see that how sense organs are useful to us. All the five sense organs are very important to our existence. These are useful to us in different ways. So these are the five sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Now, eyes. Eyes actually help us to see the world around. Pleasant things, unpleasant things, beautiful colors, beautiful nature, our friends, our relatives, everyone around. We can see those from our eyes. The people we like to see, the people we do not like to see. Everything we see from our eyes, we recognize things when we look at them. Yes, so if a teacher is writing something on board, we see all the words being written with our eyes. We recognize that one color is different from other just by looking at them. So eyes are the organs from which we see things around us. We can see an object that is near or far, moving or stationary. So a moving object or it is stopped, we can all see those from our eyes. Its color, shape, size, other things. We can also show certain emotions through our eyes. So when we are feeling sad, tears come out from our eyes, and our eyes show that we are sad. In fact, when we are happy, our eyes show emotions like this. When we are sad, when we are angry. So our eyes actually show a lot of emotions, right? A worm has no eyes at all. Oh my God. Ears. So ears help us to hear good sounds, bad sounds, chirp of the birds, uh, Our mother telling us things, our teacher teaching us things, all the horns, that is the noise, all the music that we enjoy, we hear it from our ears. If just imagine we are going on a road and we are not being able to hear the horn honking and a vehicle coming, what can happen? So that is why our ears help us to detect the different sounds in the surroundings. So ears are the organs which help us to hear all kinds of sounds like loud, soft, sharp, dull, pleasant and unpleasant. Ears help us to recognize dangers like barking of a dog, blowing of a horn. It also helps our brain to sense from which direction the sound is coming. Oh, the bark of the dog is coming from here. I have to move away from the dog. So it actually warns us against all the dangerous sounds, and it also tells us to move towards the pleasant sounds. The brain tells us to be careful and move away. Then comes the nose. Nose helps us to smell all the fragrances of the good, delicious food, aroma of the food, fragrance of the flowers, the perfume, and the bad smell from which we have to move away. All these things are being done by our nose. Nose is the organ which help us to smell different objects and gather information about our surroundings. We can smell something because tiny particles of smell in the form of chemicals float in air and reach our nostrils. So, one animal which has a very strong sense of smell is dog. So dog keeps off sniffing things, and then its brain tells him how to react. Now what happens? How do we smell? Each and every object has some odor, some chemicals floating above it, and those chemicals actually reach our nostrils and tell us that how does a certain thing smell. It can sense both good fragrance like the smell of fresh flowers or fruits and bad fragrance like rotten vegetables or garbage, which can make us feel sick, and we usually cover our nose, right? So just imagine if we couldn't smell the rotten vegetables and we eat it, we can fall sick. So smell tells us whether the food is stale or not. Tongue. Our tongue is the organ which helps us to taste the things which we love, the bitter, the sweet, the sour, the salty. All these tastes actually uh, comes from our tongue only, because there are small taste buds present on our tongue, and that is how we develop a taste that I like certain things, I do not like certain things. I like the taste of brinjal, but I do not like the taste of bottle gourd or bitter gourd. So tongue is the organ which help us to taste. Taste is determined by receptors that are called taste buds. Receptors means that receive the taste. Taste buds help us to sense different tastes like sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. And one more thing that a tongue help us to do is to speak. Right now I'm speaking. That is because of my tongue. So let's write down the names of five sense organs: ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. Name two things each that smells good and bad. So, fresh fruits and vegetables and flowers, they smell good. And those things which smell bad are rotten vegetables and garbage. Now, the last sense organ is our skin. Our skin helps us to feel. helps us to feel whether a surface is soft or rough, whether a surface is hot or cold. If it's hot, we immediately move our hand away. This is how we feel. We feel the softness of the baby or the our pets or any soft toy, and we do not like to touch the rough surfaces like beard of your father, right? So skin is the organ which help us to feel. It is the largest organ of the body because our whole body is covered with skin. Our whole body is covered and protected by the skin. It also protects the internal organs of the body and helps in maintaining the body temperature by the process of sweating. So skin covers all our body, and it protects the internal body parts like stomach, liver, lungs, and any many other body parts. Also, there are small pores all over our skin from which we sweat, and that's how the temperature of our body is being regulated, it is being maintained. Our sense of touch lets us identify the feelings, temperature, texture of the things, even if our eyes are closed. So, even if we are not seeing whether the surface is rough or soft, we can just touch it and we can feel it. Now, there are kinds of touch. There is a good touch, there is a bad touch. You should all be aware of such touch, that which is good touch and which is a bad touch. We all like the touch that shows affection or appreciation. So when our parents kiss us on our cheek, that's a good touch because they are showing affection to us. When they hug us, that's a good touch. When our teacher actually pats our back, that is being done in appreciation, and that's a good touch. We all like that touch. But then there are few touches by which we do not like. When someone slaps us, when someone pulls our hair, we do not like that touch, and that's a bad touch. Also, if someone tries to touch our private body parts, that is also not acceptable, and we should not allow such touch. That's a bad touch. So there are different kinds of touches. We feel encouraged when our parents give us a hug, kiss, and a pat on our back. However, if somebody slaps, grabs, hits, or boxes us, we do not like it. We also do not like some stranger caressing us or touching some part of our body that we do not want to be touched. So if a stranger comes and they try to pull your cheeks, they try to hug you, they try to touch the body parts which you do not like, you are not comfortable with their touch, that means that's a very bad touch. You should not allow yourself, your body to be touched by anyone. If such things happen, you should tell your parents, your elders, your teachers about it. Yes? So, please, we will all try to recognize what is a bad touch and what is a good touch. And then, if we do not like any touch, we will go to our elders and report the issue. In school, you are immediately going to rush to the teachers and report the issue. Now, there are special people sense how special people sense their world. Who are the special people? There are people who have one or more sense organs not working properly. So either they cannot see, or they cannot speak, they cannot hear, and for such people, they sense their surroundings differently. How do they do that? Let's see. There are many people whose body parts do not function properly. They are special or differently abled people. These people have special needs because their some or the other body part is not working properly. So, of course, they need a special care from other people. We should be sensitive towards their needs and treat them with equality and respect. So, because they are special and they need our love and care, they should be treated equally and respectfully. We must help them whenever they need us. Now, with the help of technology, differently abled people or the special people, they have started recognizing their surroundings. They have started sensing their surroundings with the help of technology. So, if a person has a hearing problem, their ears are not working problem, a machine which is in a hearing aid is being fit in their ears, and with the help of those machines they can hear the sounds around them. Similarly, there is a braille script on which there are dots being engraved and embossed on a piece of paper with, and the people who cannot see the letters, they can just feel the dots and recognize the letters. So development in technology can help the people with disabilities. For example, people who cannot hear learn to use their sight and can lip read to understand what is being said, or can use a hearing aid. So the people who cannot hear, they can use a hearing aid, or also they can learn a sign language. People use sign language and then they communicate with each other. Many public places are designed in a way to be easily accessed by people with disabilities. So, people with disabilities, when they go to public places, facilities for them have been done so that they can access to that public place very easily. There are books available in Braille script for visually impaired. So, the books are also being written in the Braille script for the visually challenged people. And a Braille script looks something like this. Letter A, such dots are being engraved for letter A, B, C. Similarly, they just join the letters together and they learn to make words. Similarly, we people do. Now, these are the key terms that we have done today. Our senses. There are 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Eyes help us to see colorful world, and ears helps us to hear all kind of sounds. Nose helps us to smell different objects, and tongue help us to taste. Also remember that our senses protect us, giving warning from danger in our surrounding. All the 5 sense organs are very important to our existence. We should take care of our sense organs. So, we should not listen to very high music. Our ears can be hampered. We should not watch televisions or any kind of screen for a very long period of time. It can hamper our eyesight. Some touches are good, some are bad. There are people whose body parts do not function properly and they are called special or differently abled people. We should treat special people with equality and respect. Development in technology can help the people with disabilities. Now complete this exercise and see what have we learnt today. You have to choose the correct option. Which of these is not a sense organ? Legs. All the sense organs are controlled by brain. A good touch makes you feel happy. Braille is the script. Braille is used by visually impaired people. A bad touch is given by strangers. You have to fill in the blanks. Dash are closely linked with our brain sense organs. We can show certain emotions through our eyes. Dash is the organ which help our brain sense from which direction the sound is coming. Ears. Dash is the organ which help us to taste. Tongue. Special people have special needs. Take the correct and cross out the wrong statements. There are 7 sense organs. No. Ears help us to speak? No. Nose help us to express feelings? No. There are two kinds of touches, good and bad, correct? We should always help special people, correct? You have to answer the following questions in your notebook yourself. We can discuss over here in short. Define senses. So the sense organs help us to sense our surroundings, to know our surroundings, and this is called senses. We have 5 sense organs. Eyes, you have to write what are its uses. So eyes to see, ears to hear, tongue to taste and speak, nose to smell and breathe, and skin to touch and feel. What are the two kinds of touch, good and bad? How special people sense their world? There are special techniques, different techniques which help the people the special people to sense their world. For example, braille script, sign language, hearing aid. How development and technology help special people? So special, there are different inventions being made for special people, and due to these development and technology like hearing aid, braille books in braille script, the sign language, all these things help the special people in sensing their surroundings. Now, these are some fun based questions that you have to do yourself with your family, with your friends, and you can have fun with the lesson. You can make a presentation, write about different animals and their special organs, special sense organs. Also include picture of them. Now take 4 different types of substance having strong smell like soap, perfume, orange, tomato or onion. Then put these things in a bowl, blindfold your friends, and you can just place one bowl in front of them and see whether they can recognize that which item is which through their smell. Yeah. Okay. So now you can collect 10 to 15 old items and set them on a tray. Observe for 1 minute and then remove items from your sight. Now write down what items you remember. Test your memory by asking different questions such as what was the size of the pencil. So just you can place an eraser, pencil, scale, any handkerchief, your book of a particular subject. So you can place a lot of things. Observe all the things, then remove the things from your sight and try to remember that what all things were there. What was the size of it, what was the color of it, and this will test your eyesight also, and this will test your memory also. So that's all for today in this chapter. I hope you have learned a lot about your sense organs and how differently abled people also sense their surroundings with the development of technology. So keep learning, keep shining. Bye bye.